Welcome back to my channel. Previously on my channel, I had 3 audiophiles who selected the Sonus Faber SE17 that you see here as their preferred loudspeaker.
To take a decision, I think that I will stay with the Sonus Faber. It's just a speaker that you can listen every single day.
Would you take the Magicos or would you take the Sonus Faber if you had to buy a speaker? One of these 2 speakers, what would you take if you had to?
I would get these Sonus Fabers.
I had to buy one or the other, it would be the Sonus Faber all day.
Now, of course, by now, you know that I am not influenced by someone else's decision, because at the end of the day, this is mine. So it makes no difference to me. But the question that I'm here to answer is, which speaker will be the speaker to go off into the sunset and find a new home? At the end of the day, you know I cannot keep everything I have in here because I have a serious investment and I gotta keep buying new product to review and to bring right in front of you. I wish I could keep both of them, but that is simply not realistic. Welcome back to my channel. If you liked the last 2 videos with 3 of my closest supporters, ultra hi-fi members, okay, that I have on WhatsApp at all times, if you like that content, please let me know in the comments section, because I do plan to perhaps bring 3 other audiophile friends to give me their impressions of perhaps the esoteric K1X SE versus a $1,000 Blu-ray player, the Oppo 205. My intent is to perhaps compare both of them as a Super Audio CD player and see what they select. I may even do it blindfolded for all I know. I don't know yet, okay? So if you are into that type of content, you need to be hitting that like button and subscribing to this channel, because that's gonna encourage me to do more of those comparisons, the extreme ultra high-end and those entry-level components that most of you probably own right now. As you know, the SE17 Sonus Faber was the flagship speaker through January 2024 and was recently put to rest by the new Sonus Faber Suprema SE17 at $750,000. That is quite a steep price, an asking price that I can't even afford. So overall, the performance of this speaker is really a bargain when you compare it to its more expensive sibling, essentially a third of the price. A lot of bang for the buck, especially on the used market. This speaker, I have been very honest about the fact that this speaker, personally, in my own trials, my own opinion, is the best speaker I have owned. Yes, if you are wondering, is it better than the Wilson Audio Chronosonic? Yes. Based on my trials, my time with the Chronosonic, I believe this is the easier speaker to set up. It is a speaker that has far more bass, which I find very, very appealing to me. It is far more musical than the XVX ever was, okay? And of course, it's got a lot more depth than the XVX, in my opinion, due to the fact that it has a rear-mounted speaker, bookshelf speaker, that you are seeing right now. The adjustments at the top certainly make the speaker a lot more capable in different room sizes. The finish is very much first rate. The musicality of this speaker is something that will always, always touch you in your heart, always lead to a long listening session. It is not the speaker that's going to shock you within the first 3 seconds. It is a speaker that as you sit in your chair, you will begin to understand what an organic presentation is all about. Little by little, as each second passes, and you sit in your listening chair listening to this speaker, you are going to feel like things begin to click, and you're going to start to love a lot of the special traits that this speaker has to offer. Yes, it is $250,000. Yes, it is a cost no object design. This is the only beryllium tweeter that Sonus Faber offered before they released, of course, the new El Cremonese Extreme. So this speaker has a special place with Sonus Faber. Only 30 pairs were ever made. So the chances of you seeing this loudspeaker in the used market are very slim to none, because 30 pairs of this around the globe, you're probably not going to find this loudspeaker rather easy. And if you ever do, and you're looking for a very musical sound, a speaker that's not going to fight you for good sound, a speaker that doesn't require a race car driver skill set to really impress you, a speaker that is almost plug and play, this is what the Sonus Faber brings to the table. Many of you that watch me are into trying equipment. Let's be honest. The majority of you who watch me love to swap gear. Okay, the industry would not be alive if we were not into swapping gear. Let's be very honest. Am I lying here? Am I telling something that is not true? That's the reason why manufacturers continue to make more products. And as of late, by the way, I have to add, as of late, I have seen manufacturers turning product now every 3 years. Before it used to be about 5. Now the shelf life of a lot of products is only 3 years. And you want to know why? Guess why? Guess why? Because people are not buying products anymore that are 3 years of age. They want a new model. So brands are being forced to make new models, even if the changes are very small. They'll just put it in a chassis that's similar and call it SE or XL or SM, whatever it is. But that's our fault. This speaker came out in 2012, a long time ago. And it was, in the original version, it had a different tweeter. But in the case of the Sonus Faber, originally released in 2012 and retired in 2024, that's a 12-year run, folks. 12 years. Sonus Faber took over a decade to replace this speaker. And that's what this company is about. They do not believe in replacing a model every 3 years. That's not what they're about. And I can certainly appreciate that about Sonus Faber. I gotta say this front and center. I can certainly appreciate that about Sonus Faber. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna let you in on another little secret. Sonus Faber happens to be one of the loudspeaker brands that holds its value on the used market the very best. Sonus Faber actually tends to depreciate less than the usual suspects. Focal, Magico, Wilson Audio, Bowers & Wilkins. We can go on and on and on about more brands. Those are the first ones that come off the top of my head. Sonus Faber in general just simply depreciates a lot less. And that is due to what I just explained earlier. They stay on as a current model for longer. And also, last but not least, because of the looks. It is very timeless. It is kind of like Macintosh. Macintosh has a great resale value due to its looks. It's very timeless. It doesn't really age. That can't really be said about Wilson Audio. We know Wilson Audio tends to age really bad. We know that. Products tend to look very outdated, but here you have a speaker from 2012 that still looks very current to me. Now, if we look at this one, woo, this puppy here, this speaker here is a different ballgame. Definitely a lot more industrial and heavy. Wow. See, very difficult to maneuver. It's a lot more industrial looking. It's a speaker that's about speed and resolution. we already know. We talked about these things on the last video. My 3 audiophile supporters already discussed what they heard through this speaker. I can tell you this, and I am going to be very honest, brutally honest with you, because the reason why I have been making these last few videos, okay, is to give you unbiased opinions without censoring anything, because I owe nothing to anyone. This is why I can do what I'm doing right now and what I'm about to say. One of these has to go. There is no question about that. Only one can stay, because I have a business to run. I repeat, I have a business to run. I've said it a million times. Many of the YouTubers that you follow, I would say the majority of them, who have a decent following, are businesses. They're not open about it, or they may not mention it to you. But if you're a smart person and you see shirts that they're selling, you see all these other accessories, all these links from Amazon, all these sponsors that you see, that means they're a business, folks, okay? And so am I. And because I am a business, and because I have to think about the future, what the future is bringing to me, and where I want to go with my channel, the direction in which I want to go, I have decided that the speaker that I am going to be hanging on to will be the Magico Q7. Yes, the Magico Q7 will be the speaker that will continue in my lab, and the Sonus faber will be the speaker to be sold and find a new home. I know by now you guys are typing and questioning me, probably tearing me to pieces for my decision. But let me answer those people. You see, the Sonus faber is a speaker that does not want to make me review any of the new components that I bring. It doesn't give me a chance to tinker with components. It doesn't give me a chance to swap DACs, to swap cables, because it just sounds good all the time. Because it sounds romantic, because it caresses me, because it takes me back in time. It makes me remember things from my past, good and bad. And that takes me away from being effective at my job and really utilizing my time for what I should be using it, which is to review components. And that's where the Magico Q7 helps me. The Magico Q7 is my business partner. The Q7 is going to help me stay on track. It's going to keep me focused. It's going to keep me reviewing, identifying weaknesses and strengths from amplifiers, preamplifiers, DACs, cables, music servers, you name it. And I really, really appreciate that about this speaker. If I had it my way, if I could hang on to both, if I had 2 different listening rooms, which maybe someday I will, this would be that speaker for me to relax with, to play music through the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas. This would be that speaker, because I don't want to change anything. The truth is I have a job to do, and I have to wake up every morning thinking about creating content for you all, like right now, and also figuring out what is the next component that will be through the lab, and the best way, the most effective way to evaluate it. So, hopefully you are not mad or upset, because I have been nothing but very transparent, and the reason why I selected the Q7 as my speaker to move forward with. If you are a person interested, seriously interested in my Sonus faber SE17, please email me directly. Let me know that you are interested. One thing also that the Sonus faber SE does not give me is the ability to put it on casters so I can move it around the room, due to the fact that it comes with built-in footers. Okay, so this makes this speaker extremely difficult for me to move in out of the room. You just saw me move the Q7. Even though the Q7 is heavier, it does have casters. That allows me to move it around the room when I need to. And I cannot do that with the Sonus faber SE17. Once you plop him in the room, you can't move him. Even on sliders, I can't move this speaker. And that can be quite difficult for me to deal with, because I ride solo. I am the one pushing this by myself most of the time. So that's another hurdle that I face with the Sonus Faber SE17. Now, turning the page, very soon I'm going to be giving you the very first sound clips of my CH Precision M10 monoblocks. They are here, and you are going to get to listen to them very soon. Thank you for the support, and I hope you have appreciated my candor on today's video. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.